Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are talking money. Specifically, we're diving into why hitting your first $100,000 in net worth is basically like unlocking cheat mode in the game of life. So yeah, let's get right into it.
You know, the investing legend Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's right-hand man for decades, he said it best. The first $100,000 is a bitch, but you gotta do it. And he was not kidding around. He basically said getting your hands on that first 100K is one of the single most important things you can do. Why? Well, because it's the hardest part. It's the real grind. And once you get past it, everything changes.
So what exactly is this cheat mode I'm talking about? Well, it's all about a little thing called compound interest. See, before you hit that milestone, you're grinding it out like a broke video game character armed with like a wooden spoon. It's a struggle. But after, compound interest swoops in like a magic sword, and suddenly your money is working way harder than you ever did. Honestly, forget winning the lottery. This is the closest thing to actual financial sorcery.
To really get a feel for this, let's play a little game. Okay, so I offer you two choices. Choice one, $1 million, cash, right now, in your hands. Or choice two, a single penny that doubles in value every single day for just 30 days. Which one are you picking? I mean, the $1 million seems like a total no-brainer, right? Well, let's actually look at the math here.
The first part is just agonizingly slow. I mean, after a full week, you don't even have a dollar. After 10 days, you're sitting at about $5. Even 2/3 of the way through, at day 20, you've only got a little over $5,000. This feels exactly like the early days of saving and investing, right? It's slow, it's kind of boring, and you really start to wonder if it's even worth all the effort.
But then the magic kicks in. All of a sudden, on day 28, you blow past that $1 million mark. But it doesn't stop there. It doubles again and again, until on day 30, that one little penny has morphed into over $5.3 million. The growth just goes vertical. That is the insane power of compounding.
So here's the most important connection. Hitting your first $100,000 is your day 20. You've done it. You've put in the hard work, you've survived that slow, boring phase where it feels like nothing is happening. Now, your money has finally reached a critical mass where it starts making serious money all by itself. You've officially unlocked the cheat mode.
Okay, so let's break down the math behind that initial grind a little more. Why does it feel so disproportionately difficult? Because it's not just a feeling you have, it's a mathematical reality.
If you look at where your first 100 grand comes from, the vast majority of it, we're talking like 85% in this example, comes directly out of your pocket. It's your savings, it's your hard work, your discipline, your sacrifice. Yeah, the market returns are helping out, but they're just a tiny slice of the pie at this stage. You, my friend, are doing pretty much all of the heavy lifting.
You know, it's the oldest saying in finance for a reason. Capital scales incredibly well. Just think about it for a second. A 10% return is a 10% return, right? But 10% on $100 is $10. You could probably make that in an hour doing some side job. But at 10% return on $100,000, that's $10,000 for the exact same amount of risk and time. Now that is a meaningful amount of money.
And this timeline just shows that acceleration perfectly. Let's say you save 10 grand a year and get a pretty standard 7% return. Well, that first 100K is going to take you almost 8 years. But the second one, only 5. The third one, less than 4. And by the time you're going for your fifth 100K, it takes you just 2.5 years. Your wealth snowball just keeps getting bigger and rolling faster and faster down the hill, practically by itself.
Okay, so now that we know all the friction is right there at the beginning, the really big question becomes, how can we get through that grind faster? So, let's talk about 3 power-ups you can use to level up your finances and hit that 100K milestone as quickly as humanly possible.
All right, first up, your offense. This is all about the money you're bringing in. You've got to focus on increasing the size of the shovel you're using to dig to build that initial pile of savings.
Playing great offense isn't a passive thing. It means you're actively trying to grow your income. Maybe that's developing some valuable skills that are in high demand, or picking up freelance work, or even strategically switching jobs for a nice pay bump. And, of course, putting your money to work in investments. The more you can earn, the faster you can save, and the quicker you get to that magic $100,000 number.
Next, you need a really strong defense. You know, the authors of that classic book, The Millionaire Next Door, found that a lot of millionaires aren't these high-flying executives. They're just absolute masters of financial defense. It's not just about what you make, it's about what you actually keep.
So good defense really comes down to discipline. It means knowing where your money's going, cutting back where you can, and just making conscious choices. This isn't about depriving yourself forever, okay? It's about understanding that a short-term sacrifice, like skipping some nights out or maybe delaying a car upgrade, that's the price you pay for long-term financial freedom. Every single dollar you don't spend is a dollar you can put to work for you.
And finally, the third power-up, efficiency. This is all about making every single dollar you manage to save work as hard as it possibly can for you right from day one.
This stuff is a total game changer. Using tax-sheltered retirement accounts, like a 401k or a Roth IRA, lets your money grow so much faster. And hey, if your employer offers a 401k match, that is literally free money. You have to take it. And please, please, do not let your cash just sit in a checking account earning basically zero. Move it to a high-yield savings account where it can actually earn some real interest. All these little efficiencies add up, and they help you get over that initial hump much, much faster.
So, here's the big takeaway from all this. Building wealth is just disproportionately harder at the start. It requires your savings, your discipline, and your focus. But that initial grind, that's the key. That's what unlocks the incredible, explosive power of compounding that will pretty much carry you the rest of the way.
Now that you've seen the math behind all this, I want to leave you with a question. What is one single thing you can do today, $1 you can save or $1 you can earn to get your own snowball rolling? Because it really does all start with that first dollar.
And hey, if you're still broke after all that, don't worry, our podcast is free. This explainer was produced by the ever-brilliant FireflyHaku, who somehow keeps this whole show together without demanding a single dime of crypto or stock options. So subscribe, listen, and maybe one day you'll laugh at your bank account instead of crying into your ramen. Thanks for tuning in.